Hello everyone, Shadefyre here, and welcome back to Let's Play Grounded. This is episode 24. Last time we defeated the Broodmother and then headed down into the Undershed to try and find Dr. Tully's final lab. Or at least we assume it's final based on the clues we've been given so far. Now, there appears to be a big old vat of raw science here, and a chair to directly inject it. Because he was talking about infusing himself with raw science in an attempt to de-raisinify. And we kind of ended on a bit of a cliffhanger by finding this lab, because I don't know what's in here. I legitimately don't know anything about this part of the story stuff, as I keep mentioning. But there is a water cooler here, which is handy. And a tape. He's about to cut his life into pieces. This is his last resort.
Defeat. Failure. Countless infusions, countless migraines. I'm so shriveled now I can barely walk. And the true origin of raw science?
Is that a bee?
An enigma. A mystery box with no lid. I don't think I have much longer. It is hard to think straight. I am so tired. I have only one option that remains. One last toss of the proverbial dice. Commence Project MANT.
Now I have heard the term MANT, and that it might have something to do with a boss, but I avoided looking into that further. Yep. I think we've seen all of these in various labs, but you can see he was a, fairly normal middle-aged man originally, and then he just kind of shriveled up into like a Fallout ghoul or something. So, obviously he injected himself with raw science, but did he use ant parts? Is that where the ant part of the MANT comes from? Is it just a man ant? He seemed to think he was going to become yoked girth. Also, can we use this to inject ourselves? Apparently not. It is probably not safe to do so, or beneficial. Alright, well, we don't really have much else here, so I guess we'll go further. I really have to craft that shit at the top just to get rid of it when we go back to base. Also, a different color scheme than any of the other labs. I don't remember any of the other ones having, like, this colored trim. They were all just kind of white and gray. That is an interesting sound because there is some speech in there. Dr. Tully? We got a workbench. Got more doors. We've got a lab bed. I guess we're going to want to set our spawn point here, because I definitely do not want to have to make my way through the sinkhole again. We got a mite loaf. I mean, sure.
Not bad.
Kind of hoping for something good that we can't just make ourselves. Resource analyzer, but we didn't get anything new. We didn't kill the Black Widow, though we should probably try that, once we're done with this stuff. I wonder if this is even somewhere we can go out there.
Playing Minotaurs and Myrmidons leads me to believe that is not a good sound.
That sounds like a boss encounter. Alright, well I wasn't expecting a boss fight coming down here, but I guess we're still decently prepared for one. We have all of our healing and stuff, and our very powerful weapons. Weapons that proved actually a little too powerful for the Broodmother. And I haven't gone back and fought her again, because obviously we stopped at a bad point for me to backtrack and go do some grinding, so I haven't done that yet. Okay, we got a lot of bugs in here. I think there's a hole in the back that they maybe got in through. So we're going to want to deal with these. I mean, it is just an infected larva, which are very weak against fresh. And then we have some Orb Weaver Juniors, which are weak against spicy. I guess spicy works pretty well on the larva as well, just because of how much damage the sword does. Is that an egg case? And this is like fungal goop. Project MANT, Test Drive 1. Category Project MANT, Test Drive 1. Date 10/07/90. Time 5:15 p.m. Neural relay frequency 41 kHz. Raw science power 65 decajoules. Desired control time under 2 minutes. Subject MANT Cadaver 04. Location Undershed Lab. Supervising scientist Dr. Wendell Tully. Pre-test notes. Preliminary fungal germination tests have been promising. Cordycepin receptors show innate attraction to the vessel's protocerebral mass. Involuntary spasms and twitches have been documented throughout the process with each infusion of raw science. The MANT is showing signs of life. In order to control this vessel, I've rigged a neural relay to the antennal lobes. This should allow for rudimentary control of the subject. Results: partial success. I was able to pilot the MANT from a prone position, including finger articulation for over 4 minutes. It was a surreal experience to see through the alien eyes of an insect, an almost digital, pixel-based display washed in an unusual color spectrum. It will take several more tests before my human brain can acclimate to such an oddly wonderful view of the world. Leg articulation was more challenging than anticipated. Additional muscle sprout grafts must be scheduled before another ambulatory trial commences. My proverbial baby steps are but days away. So, he's not trying to become the MANT, he's trying to pilot the MANT. Presumably so he has a new body to keep working on fixing his actual body. And he's used muscle sprouts as part of the process here. Ooh. Now that is an abomination worth getting a screenshot of. The little fingies. Is that where he took inspiration from?
Take a look.
The Minotaurs and Myrmidons monsters that we saw. Also, that means he shrunk down one of those miniatures to an even smaller size. Project MANT muscle loss. Muscle sprout bonding with the calcium carbonate in the Formicidae family has been surprisingly efficient. The new anthropodic limbs of the vessel are superior to human equivalents in almost every way. Muscle loss over time continues to be an unfortunate side effect. It appears the body is nourishing itself on the enzymatic proteins of the sprouts, introducing haze fungus injections to counteract this degradation. Results: success! Several fungal growths have developed on the cadaver carapace, but muscle loss appears to have abated. The vessel is stable at hour 24. Miraculously, the digestive system appears to be working overtime. This has produced a viscous green excrement from the end of the system. As a temporary solution, I've dressed the vessel in some of my old underwear. Hopefully I can conclude these experiments before I run out of tighty-whities. So, I'm guessing we're gonna have to fight an out-of-control version of this thing. Especially considering he introduced the mind-controlling fungus into it. Project MANT, Condensed Science. Which is what I'm guessing that is. Project MANT, Condensed Science. Pre-test notes. The condensed science produced by my mixer should work as the perfect bonding agent for this anatomical marvel I've stitched together. Where carapace meets muscle sprout, where mandibles become toes. It's worth noting that condensed science, the spongy evolution of this miraculous particle, is very sensitive to heat stimulants. Therefore, I'll be molding the shape of these implants at low power. Don't want to overcook the science. Does that mean he's going to be weak against spicy? Results: failure. Reduced power settings unstable. numerous ill-timed surges fried several of the more tender sections of the vessel. The smell is almost unbearable. Good thing Virgil isn't here to see my incompetent cooking skills. I'd never hear the end of it. Back to the drawing board. Time to assemble another cadaver. Also, he is Frankensteining these things together. He's just taking, like, ant parts and sticking muscles in them and raw science. He's truly gone full mad scientist at this point. I like the one that is fleeing. How often is the DM gonna use that one? Okay. That was a little resource station here. Kielbasas, granola bars. Honestly, I don't think we need to save the granola bars anymore, because I've got so many back at base that are just wasting away, so I'm going to put them on here so we can use them to heal. Oop, didn't mean to waste that, but I keep forgetting to switch my bar back. Minotaurs and Myrmidons, MANT. Strong. Oh, those are the... I was gonna just start, like, going... But those are the genetic sequences. You know, the G string, the A string, the T string. Perfect vessel. Powerful. Inherent will to survive. Well, I mean, it doesn't have any will at all. They're waiting for you, Peter, in the test chamber. The fucking bee. How is there a bee down here? They always get, like, places they don't belong. Why can't I take this lint ball? I forgot to harvest any lint when we were down in the Undershed. I mean, we're still down in the Undershed, but you know what I mean. When we were making our way down here, I could have stopped and grabbed some lint.
Project MANT is nearing completion. The first good news in as long as I can remember. Perhaps my previous failures have all led to this point. Wendepunkt, my defining moment. This new body will allow me to continue my research. I've created a super scientist. My checklist is complete. Consciousness transfer procedures will now begin.
It's a real-life MANT, just like the one in the Minotaurs and Myrmidons player book.
So it is. From the way he was talking about it, shouldn't the underwear be, like, coated in green slime? Peter first catches sight of the MANT. What abomination has Dr. Wendell Tully brought into this world? He can't be that tough, right?
Taking a look.
I can't peep him until we're in the right room. Okay, so we want to open this door. The button is in there with the MANT. So we do have to go in there and I guess fight him. Except the door is broken. Well, I guess I gotta drop in.
Holding raw science in my hands. Isn't he?
We're also picking up a field station for some reason. I wonder if that is actually unrelated to here, and it's another one in the Undershed somewhere. Alright. So we can head in there. But what's back here? There's gotta be something back here, right? No, I guess that is just the tunnel we came in from. That's where we got up. Alright, well, I guess we're going from boss fight episode to boss fight episode. Gonna save here, just in case. I don't suppose we can get a look at him. But what I am gonna do before we drop in is, never mind, I Did not bring the liquid rage because I didn't think we'd be fighting a boss. We're as ready as we're ever gonna be. Hoop. Alright, stabbing, fresh, and slashing. Resistance to spicy, so he resists half of the Coltana. We could also use the mint mace, though. Man versus man ant. I actually feel like I want a stronger vignette here. Get a little bit more of a glow going, you know? Alright. You can't be that strong. Ow. Wow, I did a lot of damage with that first hit. Just kind of nonsense ant sounds coming out of his mouth. I feel like we can get something good with this lighting. I can't go any lower, but if we do this and rotate Pete a little bit. The shield is kind of blocking the sword, but from this angle, I don't think there's anything we can do about that without it looking really weird, so maybe leave it like that. Also, he's probably going to have multiple phases. Oh no, he's called in ants. Fire ants. And he threw fungus at me. Oh yeah, that fungus, was it sticking out like that before? Or is he gonna, like, mutate? Yeah, he's definitely in his fungal phase. Man, they really go hard on the boss music in this game. Alright. I wonder if his weaknesses have changed. Nope. So maybe we'll get a picture of him if he mutates again. Is he stunned? He didn't have the little thing around his head, but it might have actually been inside of his head. Ooh. Yeah, that was ground zero for that explosion. Alright, well, we're just gonna load. Because otherwise, we're gonna keep taking durability damage. And if our shit breaks, that's not gonna be fun. Because there's nothing we can do about that down here. But yeah, cool fight. It's nice to have another boss that I did not know about. And unlike the Broodmother, or the Orchid Mantis, this one is
New one for the bestiary.
Not optional. I guess more like the assistant manager. This is a story-mandated boss. I wonder why he takes so much damage right now. Is it because I'm getting the damage boost from blocking? It is, because I can see it ticking down now. From this armor set, I think I get a damage bonus whenever I parry an attack. I gotta look at my health, because I wasn't really watching it. But if I'm gonna get exploded a bunch, I need to worry about that. He's definitely taking less damage now, though. I gotta watch out for his tell when he's gonna do the explosion. Getting close to half health. He's probably gonna have one more phase change. Alright, he summoned a worker ant. And he has Spider-Man web now. He can shot web. Alright, get rid of the ads. Hope he doesn't use that web and then pull me into an explosion. Ooh, that's a 4-hit combo now. Probably should have expected that. Their combos always get longer when they phase change. We ran out of music. He might have another attack. Because I feel like we didn't really get a significant change when he got the web. I'm surprised the web doesn't, like, pull the shield out of your hand if you block. I feel like that would be a neat mechanic. Annoying, but neat. Yeah, I feel like the lighting is better here in-game than when I pull up the screenshot. Like, it's a little... I guess it is because of the gamma going up. If I turn that down a little bit, turn the vignette up, that's a little closer to what I wanted. See how that looks. Yeah, that'll probably fit. I like how that just doesn't hit you if you block. Wait. Did he miss? Does it, like, bounce off? Alright, again. I prefer to focus... Oh, that time it did hit me, though, even though I was blocking. I prefer to focus on getting rid of these ads and then finishing him off. Especially because the Fire Ant Soldier does do pretty significant damage, even with this armor. He seems to have stopped doing the explosion, though. Alright. I think he's pretty much done. And we stunned him. Mysterious Stranger. Is that just gonna summon like a random Mant sometimes? Because that's obviously based off of a Mysterious Stranger from Fallout. Or from Bethesda Fallout. I guess that wasn't in the first two. Guard dog. Mysterious Stranger. You feel as though an unlikely ally is always looking out for you. Yeah, so... like, what? Every time we get a fight, is there a chance? Like a 5% chance that he'll show up? He is just made a raw sign, so I was kind of hoping we'd make something out of him. Alright, well... Open that door. Nope. It's cool. I don't need a head, I guess. Oh, there's just a... Okay, never mind. That's the camera. I was like, is there just a floating eyeball? But it would be pointing backwards, so that wouldn't make sense. Where's your head at, Pete? Alright, what is the payoff going to be now that we fought the MANT?
You may have defeated my MANT, but you and your eminent paymasters will never get their hands on the embiggening cocktail. I'll take that secret to my grave. To my grave!
I guess Wendell, Tully, is still here?
The Watcher.
Is he gonna be like in a tank? Just a big floating raisin man? Alright, well,
Does it feel?
I guess we can't go anywhere else. But, I mean, if he can see us, he can clearly see that we're like a fucking
Knowing that you
13-year-old boy.
path right to me, right where I want you. Though you are a bit small for an agent of Ominent. But who knows what lengths Director Schmechter...
What? No! How can this be? Where is the override?
Huh.
Well, here I am, Wendell Tully in all his glory.
Did the rest of him shrink into his head? Or did he just take his head off and put it in a floating jar? I like that he's like attached to the scabby. Hi, yes, I'm a little boy.
What ominous trickery is this? Sure. Not who I expected. My apologies for all of that. I thought you were agents of Ominent to come for me at last.
Do I look like I work for Ominent?
How should I know what guise Schmechter's agents would come shrouded in? The subterfuges of your ilk know no limits.
I mean, did they normally come around with like bug parts strapped to them?
Still, you do seem a bit young to be in the employ of Ominent. Oh, what have I done?
Honestly, a lot, and I'm kind of concerned.
Well, there is not much I can say to that. It may have been Schmechter and his corporate goons that pulled the switch, but it is still my invention and my responsibility. To think that you
I think my head is going
caught
again.
up in all of this. Your children, not much older than my Sarah or Thor. Oh, what has become of me? Threatening death to children. But also, what are you doing here?
It's a long story.
Well, that's fair. I have no doubt terrible things have brought you here. Terrible things that are undoubtedly my fault. I never meant to hurt anyone. I don't deserve it, but I hope one day you can forgive me.
Forgiveness is not going to fix Pete's tiny body.
Speaking of forgiveness, please excuse my shriveled appearance. This blasted raisining has taken its toll on my body. My support pod is the only thing keeping me from drying out completely.
What was that MANT thing?
As you can see, my body has withered away. I created the MANT to be used as a temporary body so that I could continue my work. But I never imagined the insect's instincts would remain, let alone gain sentience. I lost control almost immediately.
So he is completely unaware of Frankenstein, apparently.
As always, my greatest successes are followed by the greatest failures. Wendell Tully, husband, father, scientist. He succeeded only in the end.
Tell me about raisining.
Like the grape set out in the sun, the body shrivels, withers, desiccates, becoming a husk of what was once a living being.
Also, I don't really think that his case is that reversible, on account of, he doesn't seem to have a body anymore.
In essence, what you see here before you, in all its unholy glory, the withered man.
Like, for example, his bones? What happened to his bones? Did those shrivel up too and turn to powder?
Well,
can I be
allow
raisin?
me to check your scabby. You've been in the yard for months. You should be well raisined by now. Nothing in my research has shown that there is any immunity to it, and yet here you are. Perhaps it is that your youthful bodies are more resistant than others.
There certainly has to be some raisin for our survival.
Likely, this is why Armament was experimenting on children to begin with. Which means, did Schmechter find a cure?
For being a creep?
No, that would be beyond anyone's ability. Damn! As much as I loathe the man, I must admit that Schmechter is brilliant in his own way, though his methods can be quite distasteful. We cannot rule out the possibility that he has done it. Could that mean there is hope for me?
Again, maybe less so for you. Why are you hiding here?
When the raisining became too much, I realized I had to find a cure before it was too late. I hid here, away from the eyes. So many prying eyes. Armament has always wanted to steal my work. They would never admit its worth and greatness, and yet they would always take it. Especially Schmechter. I have made many mistakes in my life. Countless, really. But one that I will never make again is to allow my discoveries to fall into the hands of that corporation. If I must die for it, so be it.
Yeah, that's nice and all, but I need to go home.
Home. Oh, yes, of course. Home. Your parents must be worried. So very worried. The process is not difficult. You will simply need to brew an embiggening cocktail at the Java-matic machine.
But what is the secret ingredient?
Ah, you are wise. You are wise. Wise beyond your years. Yes, indeed. There is a secret ingredient. The embiggening process is extremely taxing on living subjects. You'll need enough nutrients and proteins to survive the expansion to your original size. We use the embiggening cell to regulate this expansion by way of the secret cocktail. The ingredients in the cocktail, like the keratin in toenails, fortify the skeletal structure as it grows. Unfortunately, there is this small issue of overexpansion. If the subject grows too quickly, they are prone to overexpansion, or in layman's terms, they explode.
You would not believe how many attempts it took me to figure that one out.
To counter this, sustained infusions of carbon dioxide gas must be added to the mixture. Fortunately, I found a secret ingredient that works perfectly in this regard.
So it has to be carbonated?
Grilled science.
Grilled science?
Grilled science! Raw science represents the essence of ingenuity, but thrown over the coals of fire, it is tempered by flame, tamed by Burgle's spatula, and emerges as something greater, plump and juicy. Grilled science.
That doesn't sound very scientific.
It reminds me of the barbecues we once had in our backyard. Oh, Trudy, Sarah, Thor. The last of the grilled science is in the refrigerated storage room over there.
Alright, well, it was quite a story dump. I wasn't actually sure where we were going to find Tully down here. There's also a bunch of meals down here. Spaghetti flea. What would even be in that? There's no fleas in this game. I wonder if we can learn all the recipes by picking these up. Omelet, lasagna, nachos, mac and bees. Wow, it is really in a patty shape. Black ox burger, fungus pacho. Oh, it's got water flea. Yeah, there is, I forgot. A type of creature named flea, even if they're not actually fleas. So Spider Slider is pretty good, because it has that crit chance. And Black Ox Burger is also pretty good for both health buff and defense buff. I guess we can make Fungus Bacho already. No, maybe not, because it said you discovered.
Are you ready to go? We'll need some grilled science.
I got some grilled science.
Good, good. Then we have everything we need to proceed. I promise I will get you home. I may have failed my own children, but I will not fail you.
You haven't failed your children yet.
Oh, from the mouths of babes. Yes, you may be right. It might not be too late for me, but what is most important is getting you home. We need to head to the Java-matic machine in the upper yard. There we can blend the embiggening cocktail needed to run the spacer safely. I'm opening the back door for you. I will follow close.
I wonder if he's going to go back and say hi to Burgle. Oh, he is, literally following us. Alright, well, let's, wait. Did they just mark, yeah, the Java-matic machine? So, I do know that there are multiple endings for this, and if we don't go for, like, the true ending, then the game ends sooner rather than later. So we don't want that. But I'm not exactly sure what we need to do to get that versus, like, the regular ending.
Oh, I could devour a Billy Hog right about
Brussels
now.
sprouts. Don't even need to boil it.
Are you even, like, capable of eating? Hey, this is what this door is, next to the wood pile. What is that? Is that a mind-controlled ant? Orc fire worker ant. Oh. Apparently Dr. Tully can shoot the, archer balls.
Take your luck.
So, I'm guessing this is an omnant-controlled ant, then. Are we gonna question this at all, Tully? Why there are ants with robot things on their head? I mean, we could bring him to Burgle. I feel like something would happen if we did that. But well, I guess it wouldn't be that hard to get back here because of my network of zip lines. We have one that kind of goes close to the machine. Also, this gardening glove that I apparently did not notice. But this is
science in my hands.
one of the places where we can get lint. You know, there's a clump of it right here. I think that's it. Oh, no. There's another clump over here. We definitely need that for making some of the other advanced things. We also... He can't jump, can he? I mean, he can fly. I don't see why he would have trouble with these trenches. But I'm wondering, like, if I take a zipline or whatever, is he going to be able to follow me? He doesn't seem to have the best pathing. You have to stay pretty close to him if you want to actually get him to follow. So yeah, we're definitely not going to be able to, like, zipline, and I don't want to very slowly lead him to Burgle. So if we're missing dialogue from that, sorry, but that's a little too tedious. I think what we're going to do is we're going to get him to the machine, and hopefully we can leave him there. And then, you know, we can go talk to Burgle or whatever. Tully, please, you're killing me. I mean, at least I don't think he can be attacked. Can we scan him? No. What if I talk to him? Can I talk to him about that ant? Wow, he has a lot of things to say.
We need to mix the embiggening cocktail at the Java-matic. The curse of covalent spacing reduction. My curse. It appears to be an uncontrolled accelerating condition of cellular decay. Like a grape left out on the stoop, but for humans. The result, however, is the same.
Can we talk about you? I don't know why Pete just doesn't have a head now whenever I'm in conversation or whatever. That wasn't a problem before. Tell me about your kids.
Oh, I miss them so. Even though they showed little interest in my work, there were many good times. Feeding the koi, barbecues in the summer, watching Saturday morning cartoons. When did my science get so much more important than my family? I hope I will get to see their faces once again and tell them I was wrong. What do you want to know? I can't blame her for leaving. In her shoes, I would have done the same. She had to look out for what's best for the kids. Not everyone is as unflinchingly loyal as Burgle.
And I programmed him to be that way.
What do you want to know?
What's the deal with you and Schmechter?
Dalton Schmechter, my old rival. He's made a career of profiting off of my inventions like a vulture. Director Schmechter now. But did he ever give a thought to the ones who helped him to his lofty perch? No, of course not. A man not without a certain type of brilliance, but without a shred of humanity. Rich coming from me, is it not? I'm little more than a husk of a man now. What a pair we make. What do you want to know?
Why did you do all this?
Pride, hubris, the desire to change the world.
Never heard someone pronounce it as hubris.
Eventually, I could not turn back, no matter what it cost. Look on my yard work, ye mighty, and despair. Well, that's quite a lot. Could you be more specific?
Why am I here?
I was wondering that myself. It is clear that someone must have brought you here. Surely someone from Dominant. Who else would have the opportunity? But why? And for what purpose? Perhaps someone with a guilty conscience? Not everyone at Ominent is like Schmechter.
I mean, we know the answer. We've had the dream that showed that they released us into the yard.
Quite a lot. An early dream.
What's the deal with Burgle?
A testament to my skills as an inventor. A useless robot. My final companion. Well, that's...
What does Ominent want?
First and most importantly, money. They live to profit off the inventions of creators as myself. But when things slip from their control, they clean up the mess and take out the trash.
About everything that's happened. So, the MANT?
The MANT, yes. A wild fantasy that came to me in the throes of my raisin-driven desperation to transfer my consciousness into a functional vessel. But I did not expect to find myself locked in a battle for my very mind. To think I once found them quite magnificent in their mindless meanderings. Now I know the terrible truth. They would destroy us utterly.
All right. Good talk, Doc. We didn't get to ask him about the mind-controlled ants, though. What? Did he just teleport to me? Can he just teleport to me? Because that would make things a lot easier if I don't have to actually pay attention to him. Yeah, okay, he does teleport to you. Excuse me, Ladybird. I never did go and get my backpack either because, of course, we left that in the pond.
That's interesting.
What is? What's interesting? There's a wolf spider over there. I need your parts. Because we still need more upgrade materials. Alright, I don't have Mithridontism equipped, so that poison is going to do some decent damage. Because it's not reduced at all by our armor.
Taking a look.
Why was there just one? Oh, okay, there's another one here. I was gonna say, why was there just one of these ants?
It's too hot for me.
And that one's not. Okay, come on, guys. One o.r.c receiver. Can be scavenged for parts. And you still don't have anything to say about that, Tully? Oh yeah, I don't know if we saw this when I was recording or when I was off... I almost said off stream again. When I was off camera. There's a bottle of milk molars around here, but they are... like stuck in the ground, so we need to find a way to get under them. You know, like you can see there's like 4 milk molars in there. I'm guessing that's the one I'm picking up now because it's kind of around this area. But we'll need to find a tunnel. I don't know if it's part of the Undershed. I don't think so because I think the Undershed goes the other way. But yeah, just something to keep in mind. I might, after this episode, look up just a little non-spoilery hint on what I need to do to continue towards the true ending, because I don't want to accidentally, like, trigger the wrong ending. You know, I don't want to get locked into just unshrinking ourselves if we go here. So I'm going to make a save there, just in case. And I'm guessing... like I said before, we are going to need to defend these conduits in order to actually complete this process.
This is moderately terrifying!
I guess you couldn't even get up here without the zipper. Also, you can see there is a lab door down there. Okay, we have a calculator. This thing is not looking great. Why are there a bunch of those little pizza tables here?
That's no standard model Java-matic.
Tully? Where did you go? He, like, floated away. Oh, he's over there. Oh, now he's over here.
What's on your mind?
I don't well, we have to make a embiggening cell. Oh, we need the grilled science. Okay, so yeah, we can craft this, but we're gonna have to go back to base to do that. Alright. Well, I guess we are gonna have to take Wendell with us, because... I mean, I could leave him here, but... You know... Not really a reason not to take him with us.
Taking a look.
What is this big thing here, anyway? I went behind it. I haven't, like, looked too much into the actual landmarks here. When I was looking for those wolf spiders, I kind of just ignored anything we hadn't really explored. Because I didn't want to
Scientific breakthrough.
run into new stuff when I wasn't recording. Alright. Well, should probably end this episode soon, because there was a lot of lore and a boss fight. So we don't necessarily need to do more, but I'm just wondering where we should go from here. Ow! Tully is like, well, shit. What do I do now? I probably should have expected that, though I'm not sure how to avoid that. It looked like there was a backpack up there. That wasn't my backpack. But that could have been my backpack and it just got flung when I died. I mean, there's got to be a way to... I don't know. Turn those off, maybe? I mean... They are jumper cables and they are clipped pretty solidly onto there, so... Yeah, that was my backpack that got flung when I died. As long as we don't touch the actual connection, we should be alright.
I thought I lost you.
But what is the point of being up here? What was that? Oh, that was Wendell. Thought I saw something rolling around, but it was just him. There's a Modoc or Mordoc or whatever his name is. The face of the castle. Alright, these are fire ants. I can't just ignore them. I was like, oh yeah, you know, ants are always hanging around these food things. I wonder if Project o.r.c is actually just to make these things big and then use them as soldiers. Like, we're gonna provide giant controllable ants to the military. They are actually fighting the spiders. Alright, this is a wormhole rocket, so there should be some wormholes in here. I also looked it up, and there is no Tier 3 shovel, because there is no Tier 3 shovel material, so the black ant shovel is as good as it's gonna get. I was just curious, because it was so slow to dig up, like, treasure. So I was wondering if there was a better one, so we can speed that up a little bit. toolbox here. I think there might be a Black Widow under here. I think this is one of their layers.
Help! I'm stuck!
Yep.
Taking a look.
Black Widow. Weirdly,
Widow! Stay calm, Pete. Stay calm.
while they are resistant to everything, they're apparently less resistant to slashing than everything else. Everything else is a 50% resistance, but slashing is a 25, according to the stats. So, this is probably our weapon we would use to kill a Black Widow. The problem is there's no way to mitigate their poison. The only way I can beat a Black Widow, really, is if I block its attacks, or spam a lot of healing. If I get hit with that poison, it stacks, and it will fuck you up pretty good.
Choke it down, Pete.
Alright, I guess we're just gonna go back to base for now. Assuming I can remember what direction that is. We have instead ended up at the stump. Now, I am curious if there's a way to get up the stump, because, as I mentioned, that's the only place I've seen a moth, and it was in the distance, not even close enough to peep. Come on, you fucker. I really hope that the staff makes these guys easier to kill. Because it is so annoying having to jump after every attack. I don't even need your parts. Yeah, I wanted to see if I can get up there. Because, you know, there is moth gear, but also we just haven't seen a moth up close yet. I mean, there's a lot of fungi.
No water filtration tablets needed.
So we might be able to climb that. A bunch of ticks around here. Alright. Get up this high. Can I get even higher, though? Because this kind of just goes up here, and then it sort of ends.
I could devour a Billy Hawk right about now.
I landed in the water, and I still took a bunch of damage. Ooh, didn't even block that. This looks like I can maybe get up from here. Where did it go? Oh, come on, really? Hoop. You know, I didn't think this was the way to go, but now this is starting to look like it is meant to be a platforming challenge. There's even a chunk of marble up here. This is just gonna fucking roll off when I break it, isn't it? Alright, what is in our inventory that we don't need? We don't need spider parts. We don't need this one dust mite fuzz. We don't need all these meals.
Just pretend it's beef
Oh, I
jerky.
shouldn't use that one, though. That was the good one. The spider slider. I think I hear the moth. I hear a weird noise.
Taking a look.
There's a milk molar there. Man, when we first got here, I didn't even consider that there would be, like, verticality to the stump. I really thought that everything important was going to be under it. Okay, so we can't go up from here. Means we need to... Oh, boy. We need to continue along the fungal path. Or we can just keep falling lower and lower. If only we could use Dr. Tully and just kind of, you know, hover around with him when we jump instead of using the dandelion. I don't think I can get up there from this side. I think I need to go over here and then back up. I mean, we're supposed to be ending the episode, and here I am, like, starting a fucking platforming challenge, but I wanted to see if we could do this. This doesn't go anywhere. Need to go up here. Yeah, there's that sound again. It almost sounds like a baby. It's like a meh. Mothra, is that you? Wow, there's a mega milk molar up here. I didn't oh fuck. I didn't realize how many like useful things would be hidden up here. Alright, honestly, I would love to continue messing around with this, though now we have to go all the way back, I think. Try again. But yeah, we want to end the episode, so I am going to say that we will end here. And next time, I'm going to go do some grinding stuff in between, so we are going to head back to base. But next time, I think we will go... Well, I guess next time I will know what the next step we need to do if we want to get the real ending, the true ending, the best ending, and we'll kind of work from there. But I think we'll probably go see Burgle with Wendell. You know, we'll go have a little chat there. But until the next one, thank you for joining me, and you folks all take care.